What's up, Hailstorm? What's up, Hail Stalkers? Okay, we are live at the Raising Hail Tour 2026, not 2025. I'm still stuck in last year. We're at Denton, Texas. This is stop number 2. And if any point in time we are trying to move around, we are live on location today. So hopefully you guys can hear us okay, but this is what's happening. So this is our sponsor room here in Denton. I'll walk you around really quickly and kind of show you some of what's going on. Derek is talking in the next room over. So we have Daily in Black right here. We have SFY right here. We have Max Challenger right here. I don't want to interrupt a lot of people while they're eating. If everyone just wants to wave really quickly, woo! So we have our sponsors again in here. So people are still talking, so we don't want to interrupt them again, or they're eating. We have our HailTrace booth really fast. I'm going to make Ashley say hi. Hi. So this is our sponsor room, and then as you just heard, Derek is in the other room, so I'm going to walk you through and show you that really quickly. But as I said, this is the Raising Hail Tour stop number 2. We are in Denton, Texas. On Tuesday, we were in Edmond. That was stop number 1. Kendrick right here is going to wave too. He's grabbing some food right now. We have an awesome lunch spread right here. Fantastic people here at UNT. We're going to listen to Derek, but we're going to be a little quiet.
So I made this website called Extreme Weather Predictions. I thought I'd take people on storm chasing tours. There's an insurance liability thing.
It's a packed house. Really excited.
Business idea. This is my first attempt at one. So I'm about 3 months along in the journey. It's May of 2010, and storms are happening, and I'm chasing tornadoes and having fun. I'm not selling any tickets for people to go storm chasing with me. I'm just doing it because I love it. And so I'm out storm chasing, and then this storm hits Oklahoma City, which is where I'm from, Oklahoma City. And Roofer calls me, and she goes, "Hey, could you make a map of where that hailstorm happened at?" And I was like, "Why would you want that? Like, what is the point of that?" I had no idea. No idea that hell came to truth.
All right, so we're not going to keep you guys too long, but again, Derek is speaking right now. Lots of fun things happening. Food was served, sponsors are here, and we have a lot of fun things happening on the Raising Hail Tour. So this is stop number 2. We have 6 stops in total, so 4 more places after this. Next week on February 12th, we will be in Omaha, Nebraska. After that, we go to Chicago. Then we head to Denver, and then we finally end up in Minneapolis. So lots of fun things coming. Again, if you were not able to stop by and see us in Edmond, if you're not here today in Denton, Texas, we still have more stops you can come to on the Raising Hail Tour. So a lot of fun things happening. But like we said, we're on location. We're still going to do the forecast for you guys today. So jump in with that now. John's going to bring me and kind of do the split screen. We have a lot of fun things to talk about in the forecast. A little bit more quiet currently this week, but things are going to start to change a little bit more for next week. John, see if we can switch that around and make me the slightly smaller one. That would be really awesome. All right, perfect. John is a fantastic producer. And again, if you guys had any questions throughout this forecast at all today, John is watching very closely. He's going to pop those questions up for me. So this will be as close to normal as we possibly can. I'm meteorologist Michaela Smith. Let's jump right into this forecast. So Raising Hail in Denton, Texas, that is where we are right now, again, on stop 2 of the Raising Hail Tour. Next stop, like I mentioned, is Omaha, Nebraska next week, February 12th. We still have tickets available. Go to raising-hail-tour.com and you can get your tickets to Omaha. Someone said, "See you in Omaha." Yay! I can't wait to see people in Omaha again. It's going to be so much fun. It's a week from today, next Thursday. We are super excited to head to Omaha from here. Chipper said, #HailTrace team. Thanks so much for watching, Chipper, as always. So we're at the Raising Hail Tour right now. Weekend divide temperatures are going to be pretty split. We have cooler air that's going to be off towards the northeast, but a lot of us are starting to warm back up, and it's one of the first nice warm weekends in a while. And then we still are talking about that pattern change that's incoming, especially as we head a little bit more into next week. That's really when things will start to look a little different. Current conditions across the U.S., it's pretty quiet through the central portion of the U.S. There were some showers and storms yesterday down in the deep south, a little bit of rain still going in Florida, but really overall things are quiet. We'll start to see more snow activity up into the northeast later on this evening and really heading into the weekend. There are those showers still ongoing across parts of Florida, so Miami's starting off a little bit wet today on Thursday. Center of the U.S., nice and calm, and then as you go towards the west coast, really not seeing any huge changes. Temperatures are nice and comfortable. You're sitting at 60 degrees in Oklahoma City, 63 here in Dallas where we are, but it's obviously cooler to the north. You're in the 20s and the 30s, so definitely jacket weather for your Thursday. That's also where we have more just weather advisories going on. So you take a closer look in here and we're zoomed in. You can see that dark blue color. That's going to be an extreme cold warning. Then you have that pink, that was a winter storm watch. Now that's been upgraded to a winter storm warning, so that's brand new information for you here at this noon forecast. Areas more in that kind of white color, that's going to be cold advisory, and then that purple is going to be a winter weather advisory too. And if at any point, John, these graphics don't look great with me, you could just make me smaller if we need to make the graphics look a little bit better. Here we go. Now we're down to the south current advisories. Florida also for tomorrow going to be a little bit on the chilly side. Jacksonville just outside of this freeze warning. But once again, we have cold weather advisories all across Florida, Tampa, down towards Miami. Seeing more cold air. You're going to have more stunned iguanas, more falling iguanas with that cold. So here's kind of that wider view again of those current alerts. All right, severe weather outlook. Not expecting anything today for your Thursday. Really not expecting anything tomorrow. As you look off towards the west, areas closer to Los Angeles, there's going to be just a general thunderstorm risk. So we're still saying, hey, the severe weather threat is extremely limited, but there is a chance at least for general thunderstorms in that region for tomorrow. Then you head towards the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, things are staying nice and quiet. Future radar, we did talk about snow though up to the northeast, so we're going to kind of play this forward so you can see when that does start to arrive. Here's by Friday morning, so tomorrow at 9:30. Now you're seeing like Ohio, areas like Cincinnati, Kentucky, West Virginia. You're starting to see that snow moving in, and those are the areas that have that winter weather advisory, and that winter storm warning in place is going to be for Friday into Saturday for some heavy snowfall totals moving in. Friday evening, a lot of that starts to kind of wrap up, but there's still going to be some flurries in the afternoon, late into Friday night. And then by Saturday, really more of that snow starts to move up to the northeast a little bit more. We'll play this a little bit closer for you again. So here we go. This is Friday, 7:30 in the morning. You're seeing some of the heavy snowfall right over Cincinnati, so it may cause some rough road conditions in the morning. Really, this is showing heavy snow. This is our HER model in far west or eastern Kentucky and parts of West Virginia too. So that's an area that we'll have to watch closely. And then more of that snow starts to move up to the northeast and the New England region by Friday night, and especially heading into Saturday, expect very cold conditions to the northeast and snowy conditions as you head towards the weekend. Here's a look at that snow accumulation. I'm not expecting for a lot of us it to be any crazy amounts of snowfall, but you can see we're talking about some of those darker blue colors in a few areas like across West Virginia and stuff, and up in parts of New York. That's anywhere from 4 to 6 inches, maybe locally some heavier amounts of 8, 9 inches possible with this round of snow. And then as you look further into next week, there's some snow trying to sneak into parts of Montana, and then eventually moving down further to the south, but nothing major coming for places like the plains or the deep south, like some of the snow we've been seeing recently. 5-day rain totals, you can kind of see where that moisture is to the northeast for this weekend. And then a lot of that moisture too is out towards the west right now, but by the middle of next week, that's when things will actually start to change. So let's talk about it. Future jet stream. We have a high pressure system really over a lot of the US right now, and that is what's kept it less severe weather like, but also temperatures have been starting to warm up the last few days. You've probably noticed that because that high pressure system's been sticking around. Once you get to this weekend, a low pressure system moves out. That's what's bringing the snow chances Friday and Saturday. And another low pressure system is developing. But the high pressure system I want you to really notice is shifting back towards the west. It's leaving. And that's going to give us a change in the weather pattern heading into next week. And you start to see by Sunday, the high pressure system really is moving away. Now we have a dip in that jet stream. Areas like Oklahoma, Kansas, you can see kind of that yellow color. That's that dip in the weather pattern. And that's when we're going to have to start to talk about more rain chances as soon as Monday. Then we have another chance on Wednesday and Thursday, Friday. As we see these dips and these pivots in this jet stream, that's going to be the better chance next week again that we talk about the possibility for weather. Here's another model. We showed you the HER earlier. Here's the NAM, just going through the rest of your Thursday into Friday, again, showing where some of this heavy snow is. This is also bringing pretty heavy snow to Cincinnati, eastern Kentucky, parts of West Virginia. Keeps it pretty much just rain in a lot of North Carolina. And then this is by Friday evening. Now you're seeing New York, Boston, really a lot of your New England states are seeing some pretty heavy snowfall as you go from Friday night into your Saturday morning. But a lot of that clears out by Sunday, which is good news. And there may be just a few more snow showers back towards the Great Lakes by Sunday afternoon. Then we look ahead into next week. Here's your next round. We're talking about Monday into Tuesday. This is Tuesday evening, right around 4 p.m. And while the severe weather threats look pretty limited with this round, it's still something that we're going to keep an eye on over the next several days. However, the better chance or the more likelihood of seeing some storms looks to be about a week from today. So towards the middle end of next week. This is Thursday. You start to see those yellow colors right around the Red River, Texas, and Oklahoma. So that's worth watching. And especially what gives me pause to make me think that this has a chance for severe weather too, is because you're seeing snow up to the north. So the Texas and Oklahoma panhandle, that means it's giving indications that there's a pretty strong low pressure system or a system that's going to be moving in. So ahead of that system or right on the edge of that system, that's where the storm chances are going to be. But then back behind it, there's going to be some cold air in place. And that's what's giving us snow chances. So I'm keeping a very close eye on Thursday and Friday of next week. Here's that look on Friday again. It's trying to bring some snow maybe to northeastern Oklahoma, parts of Arkansas, Missouri, and that would give those storm chances. They would shift more eastward. So now you're talking about Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama. That would be your area of focus on Friday evening. And then that system would continue to move towards the east, bringing with, again, storm chances by Saturday, but also snow on the backside of that system. So we're not telling you for sure, hey, you're going to see severe weather next week. But I'm telling you that the pattern is looking more interesting. And with it looking more interesting and with the chance for that snow again and kind of seeing that stronger system indicated by the middle end of next week, we're just going to go ahead and give you a week's heads up. Things are starting to change, and it just might be worth noting. We also can see with the extended rain outlook, this is valid February 10th through the 14th, so leading right up to Valentine's Day. And a lot of the U.S. is talking about wetter than average conditions, which bodes well for talking about more moisture moving in. And a lot warmer than average conditions. Very warm air is going to move in. So after a very cold end to January, now we're finally getting a chance to kind of thaw out for a lot of us heading into February, which is great news. And you can see that really after this weekend. This weekend, it's the great U.S. temperature divide. Here's today. East Coast, you're frigid. Florida, that's why you have those cold advisories in place. But if you're from Chicago down to Houston to the west, things are nice and warm. Then we head into Friday, and you're still seeing some of that shifting, still seeing some of that cold air to the northeast, but a lot of us are seeing those warmer than average conditions. Then another really cold snap, big plunge of cold air comes in Saturday. So for the weekend, that's also when we talked about those snow chances. And again, it's really for areas up to the northeast. So New York, Toronto, Washington, St. Louis, going to be kind of right on that edge of seeing some colder conditions. But the rest of the U.S. is actually getting a really beautiful weekend ahead. By Sunday, we start to kind of push some of that cold air out, and then you really start to see those changes by Monday, and especially into Tuesday of next week. Now the warm air is locking in, and things are starting to look a little different. Quickly, let's look through these future temperatures. You can see through the rest of today, things are going to be pretty decent, but then the cold starts to move into the north. This is by 3 p.m. tomorrow. You're in the 30s for a lot of the northeast, or at the 20s, but areas in the deep south and the plains, you're in the 60s and 70s. Then there's that next round of cold air that we talked about on Saturday. Now you're sitting right around 1 degree in Detroit, 4 in Minneapolis. So very cold start Saturday morning and really not warming up much Saturday afternoon with that low pressure system being so close by. Sunday morning, also bitter cold temperatures and bitter cold wind chills. Those feel like temperatures will be pretty cold to the northeast. And then you start to see by Sunday afternoon that cold air is trying to be pushed out. The warm air is trying to move back in, especially in the central plains and back towards the west. That's where some of those warmer conditions are moving in. Cold start on Monday, but then you really start to see the change by Monday afternoon. Check out those 70s. 77 in Oklahoma City, 76 in Dallas, 76 in Shreveport. So really warmer air is coming in. We just have to get towards the beginning of next week and deal with things after this weekend. All right, really quickly before we wrap up, I always want to remind everyone to give us a follow, especially when we're doing fun events like this where we are live on location to get the Raising Hail Tour. We're going to continue to post fun, just information from the Raising Hail Tour and give you guys sneak peeks and just of different things that are happening. So make sure that you're following us on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok. Just at HailTrace. We're always giving you behind the scenes look and just things that are going on. And if you want a hail, wind, or tornado map, you can always give us a call at 855-334-4245, or you can email us at info@hailtrace.com, or go to our website at hailtrace.com as well. Now, really quickly, John, if you'll make me big once again, I'm going to show you guys just one more look around here again at the Raising Hail Tour. We are in Denton. Like I said, next stop will be Omaha, a week from today. And I did see Taylor. We're going to grab Taylor really fast. So you guys can see Taylor's right here.
Hi, guys. We're at the Raising Hail Tour today in Denton, and we are having a lot of fun. Derek's presenting right now, so we're just hanging out, waiting for the Hail 2026 forecast.
Oh yeah, that's the big reason why you want to come to the Raising Hail Tour, is because we have a whole team of meteorologists, over 15 on staff. Taylor was one of them that spent a lot of time and effort putting this forecast together for you, but it's showing exactly where we think the biggest hailstorms are going to be this year, which states are going to have 5-star events, maybe things like that. So you want to hear it first.
We're very excited. Today we're at in Denton, DFW, which we call the hail capital of the world.
Absolutely.
So the energy in here, or in the other room with Derek, is very, very excited.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then a week from today, like we said, Omaha, and we've already had people in the comments saying that they're coming to Omaha.
Oh,
so
good.
we're
can't
excited.
wait to see you.
Absolutely. And then after Omaha, again, we have Chicago, then we have Denver, and then we have Minneapolis. So really quickly, one more time, I'll pan around the room. Here's some of our sponsors. Still chatting with people. It's been a great time, but Derek is presenting, so we're not going to sneak back in there anymore to mess with him. But make sure that you guys are following along again as we continue to do more fun stuff at the Raising Hail Tour today and over the next several days. And we will see you guys back in studio tomorrow. We will be back normal, not on location, for our Friday forecast. So make sure that you're joining us at the same time, different place, back to normal on Friday.